Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout 4. It's been what seems like forever since a Fallout 4 episode. I'm glad to be doing it again. I'm glad to have some time just to sit down and even play video games, to be honest. I've been so busy with work, the holiday season and etc. And so, yeah.
Sell everything to everyone except synths. No synths allowed here.
And I honestly forget what we were doing. Let's see. I believe we finished that like drug lab mission thing. Let's do this mission. I forget where Kate is even, to be honest.
Heard about that
I
settlement?
think I sent her somewhere, but
Nice.
I have no idea where. Now I'm also testing a new mic. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm testing it, and hopefully it goes well. I thought, is she here? She might be. The plus side to this mic is it should, theoretically, cut out all my breathing. The mic that I was previously using was just a gaming headset mic, which is great for like online, like if you're playing with friends online multiplayer game or something, it's great for that. However, that mic tends to pick up a lot of background noise, like me breathing, me sighing or something like that. So hopefully this will cut it out. Now, the downside to the downside to using this mic currently is the fact that I have a cold, or I think I have a cold. My nose is very snuffly, so it doesn't help to really test the quality of the mic, just because I'm not quite sure how if my nose is just terrible right now or what. I honestly don't know where Kate is. I think I should probably just go to this mission and see if I just find her there. Because I need to get that one mod. There's a mod that apparently tracks your companions and knows where they are at all time. I need that mod. That's for sure. Whoops. Maybe this will be a review for Mike as well. Who knows? Partial walkthrough playthrough video slash Mike review. And I'm not being sponsored or anything either, but the mic is Tonor Q9 studio microphone. It's pretty reasonably priced. Yeah. Let's see. And I mean, I like it. It's definitely bulky compared to just a simple headset microphone. But I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Why do I have so many outfits? Precursor coat. And suit. Like, I have like every outfit apparently. I don't even remember this outfit. Watch, then I do something bad. Oh, okay, I do. Okay, I do remember this outfit. I like this outfit actually. Yeah, it's this suit. Yeah. And then there's this suit. And I don't really care for that one. I don't know why I brought that along. And then the Synth Huntress, which is a good, if you want to like cosplay as, not cosplay, but you know, do a sort of role playing as a synth run through or something. It's kind of cool. Hazmat suit.
High quality chems right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably put a lot of this stuff in storage real quick. I did also get another mod, which is a radio mod, because if you recall from my other videos, you know, I mentioned, whoops, did I get stuck? That I mentioned in previous videos that I'm taking Russian, and one of the radios I got, radio mods, adds a Russian radio station, which is pretty cool. And essentially what it does is it immersively adds music from Russia, Soviet Russia, that would have been around this time period. Sort of that early, you know, what would this be, like 40s era, you know, swing era, maybe early 40s, late 20s. In between those eras. And if the screen will load, I'll actually show you a bit. I don't want to show you too much because I'm still not quite sure about the copyright and so forth in this game, but I'll at least play it briefly just to show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Actually, I might have mentioned it in the last video. It's been so long since I've like played Fallout 4, I honestly forget what I was talking about in the last video. I mean, really. Let's see. There it is.
Кожи крокодила все полковникам стелила. Ноги на ночь мыла, мир блатной совсем забыла. И перо за это получай.
And it's pretty cool. I definitely will probably listen to it and on my free time more so than during these recordings. But yeah, it's a cool little mod that adds just, you know, the little things in life. And he adds a lot of music, the mod author, to this. I mean, I was looking at the playlist of all the songs he adds, and it's just like, it must be like 5 disc worth of music. I mean, it was crazy. I also have, you know, some water that I'm drinking right now. Just to sort of test if the mic picks up, you know, me just, oh, it's those Raiders. Just testing the mic, you know, because I constantly either have a coffee next to me while I'm playing a game, tea, you know, a drink or something. So, you know, when I'm recording, you know, I want to know, does the mic pick it up? You know, when I'm having a sip of my drink. Is it obnoxious when I take a sip of my drink? Who knows? And so that's one thing I'd like to test. I have like no ammo. Oh gosh.
So wear your guts around my neck!
There's the other guy. There's another guy over there. It's, oh. Probably shouldn't be using a car for cover. Okay. Almost gotcha. There we go. Now, obviously, this mic is still gonna pick up the clicking from my keyboard. I don't think there's any way around it. I have a very loud keyboard. It's gonna be probably the death of me, but I love mechanical keyboards. So sorry, but I do. Use another gun probably. So yeah. Did I not get the hunting rifle yet? No, probably not. Okay. Let's try this real quick. Oh no! Oh no. I kinda figured that was gonna happen. Should just run away. I died by my own hubris. Oop. Downside I notice to this mic is it's, like I said, it's a bit bulky. And so I got this mic, you know, sort of in my face as it were. And I can't see the keyboard. And so I accidentally just pressed the wrong key. But let's see. Maybe I need to adjust it a bit more. Let's see. Does that work? At least now I can sit back a bit.
Somebody please help.
There we go. Yeah, this could be good. Oh, what on earth? Are those raiders just chasing after a deer? Nope. Oh, why'd I do that? I don't know if there's any, like, real big news, though, of late. Although what is... Oh, I've never seen this building. What is, sort of new is, you know, it's as you might know, it's been the holiday season, and I guess you have to jet up there. Oh, there's no other way in there. Yeah, you must have to like get a parachute and jump up there. But anyways, you know, it's the holiday season. We just passed.
Best scrap in the Commonwealth, right here.
Okay.
I've got a few minutes
I've
to
never
browse.
actually really noticed this before. Oh, this is kind of cool. Whoops, it's fine. So as I was saying, that's kind of cool. Is that, you know, I work at the liquor store, and it's the holiday season for, I think, any retail worker is hell on earth. It is probably the hardest part of the year. And yeah, it's difficult. One thing that drives me up a wall, especially, you know, working Christmas Eve at a liquor store, is that you see so many people come in to the liquor store, buy alcohol, so forth, eggnog, whatever. Last minute always. And it's just so surprising to see how cruel people can be on, you know, these sort of special occasions, as it were. Whether, you know, you're a religious person or not, I think Christmas has sort of become almost secular at this point anyways. But to continue, it's just crazy to see how vicious people can be.
Kid,
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, but you better clear out before I go haywire and blast you.
Whoa, whoa, slow down. I just want to talk.
Right. You just strolled in out of the Commonwealth looking for synths to talk to.
Really? You're a synth. I've never seen you at the meetings.
You think this is a joke? They take people out of their beds and replace them with things like me. Machines. Any second now. They might send some signal. Or I'll see the color orange. Or whatever it is they do, and boom. One more dead fool. Now, are you gonna get out of here? Or wait for them to make me kill you?
We're just talking, so why don't you just ease off the trigger there?
Fine. But don't think this means you're welcome here. Got your looky-loo at the synth? Ready to get out of here before they make me hurt you?
Look, I just need a little while to catch my breath.
You're a terrible liar, kid. Whatever. Just do what you came here for and get on your way.
I don't know if he can, yeah. Whoops.
Hey, Phyllis.
Didn't mean to steal that.
Just get on your way.
So, did I ruin that, or do I have to wait to come back later? I think I'll have to wait, come back later. But yeah, it's really sad to see how cruel
Just do
people
whatever you
were.
came here to do and get the hell out of here.
There was
And
one
stay out of my
person in
stuff.
particular that was just really mean to one of my cashiers. You know, he was waiting in line for a very long time, but that was, you know, to be expected. The line was huge. It was going out through the front door and, you know, so forth. It was ridiculous. And, you know, he was complaining the whole time, you know, in line, like, I need to speak to a manager. Why are these, like, you know, cashiers just, you know, talking. They could be moving this line faster. And obviously, you know, they really are. You know, the line's not gonna go any faster. They're just, you know, and they weren't really making small talk. Like, you know, this man was making it out to sea. Oh, ouch. Oh gosh. However, he was making a huge fuss about it, and it was simply rude how he, you know, treated my cashier. And, you know, I told him, you know, he needed to leave. You know, it was just awful. But yeah, it's crazy how people can act so, you know, in a way childish on, you know, these holidays. You know, there was Thanksgiving as well. You know, the liquor store was open the day before Thanksgiving, and soon New Year's will come up, and we'll be, you know, doing that as well. Sort of going through that nonsense as well. Usually New Year's Day isn't bad. It's New Year's Eve that's really terrible. And what's crazy is I think we have a half day, or, you know, a shorter hours that we're open on New Year's Day, but not New Year's Eve. I think New Year's Eve we're actually open a bit longer, but I might be wrong about that. They keep changing how they do hours constantly. Oh Lord, okay. I don't know where Kate though is still, which is sort of the crazy part. I feel like this is a really hard place to be fighting into, mostly because of these guys. Oh, just screwed that up. Okay. Well, that plan went terribly wrong. Oh, yep, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. So, don't know where Kate is. Getting destroyed here, and yeah, that's quite strange. Maybe I should do more of the main quest though. You know, it's weird because usually you think the side quests level you up so you can do the main quest. But I feel like the main quest so far has been helping me to level up just to do the side quests. Although, do I have the settings on hard? No, I don't think so. I gotta really save more frequently, that's for sure. But yeah, and so I've been busy with work and so on with the holiday season. There weren't really any like sales either. For holiday season, we went through all the eggnog pretty much, and that was really about it. Because we got overstocked on like pretty much the majority of our high selling items, so it wasn't like we were gonna run out of stock or anything. Where are these people? Oh, it's Brotherhood of Steel? Question mark. They all died. Oh, there's still one left. But yeah, I've been doing that lately, you know, cleaning around the house and so forth, when I can. So I haven't really had any free time. I haven't had a day off in a long time, and so today was, you know, is my only day off actually for a good while. And I thought I'd set up this mic, clean up around the house, and so on. Let's see. Yeah, I almost have to like play the keyboard blind, which isn't that bad. I sort of know where everything is on the keyboard pretty well, so it's not like it matters. Now I did get in some of my last videos that I did make, I got a what was it, Elgato? Is that how it's pronounced? I believe so. Alright, so I got an Elgato game capturing card. I was playing around with that a bit. Made some really good HD videos from my PlayStation 4. I was really happy about how those came out. I'm gonna try to figure out how to also set it up with, you know, any other system, you know, you know, the SNES that I have, see if I can hook up with it. Now, what I expect will happen with the SNES when I hook it up to it is that it's not gonna make the footage square, how it naturally is, but it's gonna widen it a bit. So if I do play Super Metroid walkthrough, it'll just widen the footage a bit, which is terrible. Just means Samus is gonna be a bit thicker. With games like Mario, it's a little trickier because jumping and platforming in there, it throws it off a bit when the screen is widened. I don't know why or how to explain it. Do a tactical retreat right here. Sold all that nonsense for nothing because I didn't save and I died. Oh, go away. Oh, and speaking of dying, there we go. Great. What is this? The Dark Souls of Fallout 4? At least the mic can move a bit. I don't know if you're hearing me moving it a bit, but it can turn around and stuff, and you know, it's easily movable. Oh Lord. Maybe I should just fast travel. I feel like loading screens are easier. Although
Move along.
I tried, you know, being like, oh, you know, I won't fast travel. I'll walk to my destination. Just like my grandfathers did. And their grandfathers before them. Who needs fast travel? Maybe I should just sprint. Not even try to kill these people, just run away like the brave warrior that I am. So yeah, I hope this mic works. I hope it has a better quality to it, and etc. My voice is gonna sound super nasally though, I feel like, because I do have a stuffy nose, but it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't affect the quality of the recording too bad, but who knows. I am a little bit confused though. I have no idea where Kate is. And I don't think she went back to her regular spot, but who knows?
Hi.
Huh?
That's weird and random, but okay. Yeah. I guess I'll have to download that mod that helps you track down your companions, I guess. But yeah, I've still been keeping up with my Game of Thrones reading. I've realized, because you know I have to use the laundromat and etc. That you know, you'd be, you know, spending an hour and a half or so doing laundry in the laundromat, and you're sitting there. So I've been spending my time reading Game of Thrones, and it's been quite entertaining. On the second novel, almost done with it. And yeah, I really like it. Not quite sure if I like it. I've only seen 2 seasons of the TV show, so I'm not quite sure if I like it more than TV show or not. But so far, I mean, I like it more than TV show. Mostly because I think the novel does really well at character narration. You don't really get the thoughts from the characters in the TV show. It's not like they're, you know, speaking out loud their thoughts. And it's really cool to hear, you know, Jon Snow and his thoughts in his head, as it were. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't been here yet. I sort of walked in here expecting I killed all the ghouls. I was about to call them zombies. I've been playing Resident Evil 2 a lot lately. But I was about to call them zombies. But yeah, thought I had cleared out this place. Guess not. feel like I have to really increase my stealth in this game. Oh, no, don't have any ammo for that. Oh, I have a lot of ammo for this though. And that has a silencer. But yeah, I feel like I just get killed so often in this game. I might as well go for a stealth character. Oh, it's still. See, that's why I should go for a stealth character. Now, you don't have to follow the whole puzzle thing in this game, right? You know, it leaves you on the freedom trail, right? All you need to do is know how to spell railroad. And that's it.
It spins.
That's pretty much the puzzle right there.
Oh, so it starts with R.
Which sort of makes me scratch my head a bit. Like, why would you make your secret password to unlocking your headquarters the name of your organization? I mean, realistically, that doesn't seem safe. Like, I mean, they should take some, lessons from the Resident Evil, like, locks and doors, where they just don't really make any sense.
There we go.
Although I don't think my charisma is really high enough to be doing something like this.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
Why don't you tell me who you are first?
In a world full of suspicion, treachery, and hunters, we're the synth's only friends. We're the Railroad. So answer my question.
Put down your weapons first.
Until I determine you're not a threat, we'll point our weapons wherever we damn well please. Who told you how to contact us?
I'm not saying.
We have very powerful enemies. If you want to deal with us, we require your cooperation. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the Railroad. And you are? Deacon, where have you been?
You're having a party. What gives with my invitation?
I need intel. Who is this?
Wow! Newsflash, boss. This lady is kind of a big deal out there.
Glad someone noticed.
You know, you're practically famous. The Brotherhood of Steel let you into their ranks. That's a hell of a thing there. And, as if that wasn't enough, the Railroad owes you a crate, hell, a truckload of Nuka-Cola for what you did to Kellogg. He was our public enemy #1.
So
Yeah,
you're
his
vouching for
answer
her?
Yes,
changes
trust me.
every time
She's someone we
depending
want
on,
our side.
you know,
That
what
changes
you
things.
do
stranger,
per se
why did
so
you wanna
far
meet
in the
with us
game.
anyway?
Like, I think if you get the what is it, the Courser chip, you know, he pretty much just says that. But
My son, Sean, was kidnapped. I'm looking for help to find him.
Someone stole your boy? That's terrible. Do you know who did it? For your sake, I hope the Institute isn't involved.
Kellogg kidnapped him.
Well, you got your revenge. But that doesn't bring your son back. I'll have Deacon look into this. If anyone can find a lead on your boy, he can. If we're going to be dealing with you, I need to make sure we're on the same page. You know what a synth is, right?
Yeah, I know all about them.
Good. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
That sounds like slavery.
Exactly. So we seek to free the synths from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
I risk my life for people every day. Makes no difference to me if it's a human or a synth.
Well said. We'll do what we can to look into your missing boy. What the Institute has done to your family and others is what drives us. Normally, you're exactly the type of person we try and recruit. But right now, we don't have the time to train up a new agent. There are, however, other valuable ways you can contribute. And in turn, we can help you. See Deacon for details. You're free to go.
So we've joined the railroad.
Hope you didn't mind the reception. When you tango with the Institute, you gotta be careful when someone new gets on the dance floor.
Your leader was just being cautious.
Exactly. Kind of killed our chance at a friendly
Yay,
first
level up.
impression, though. But it's all good now. I vouched for you. Nobody got shot. Still, I would consider it a close personal favor if you didn't sell us out to the Institute. Thanks.
Too bad. I was hoping to get some beer money out of it.
If you're picking up the tab,
I don't think
never
I've
mind.
ever done
Go
that.
for it. So Dez wants me to make you a tourist. That's what we call someone who helps out with the odd job here and there. What a waste. I'm just gonna come out and say this. The railroad needs you.
You got my attention.
I got a job. Too big for me, just perfect for the two of us. You help me out, we turn a few heads, and then Dez invites you into the fold. Then, if you get into a bind and need some help, your buddies in the railroad got your back.
Sign me up then.
Perfecto. Let's meet up at the old freeway outside of Lexington. I'll fill you in once you get there.
Okay. Let's see. So far, so good. This mic has, in my opinion, been pretty good so far. Most drastically, I think the biggest change this mic will do is dampening, you know, that breathing, that sighing, some of the background noise, etc. Hopefully it still picks up my talking. I tinkered the sound volume a bit before doing this video, but I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be enough. But I'll find out one way or another. Yeah. Oh, other news. I composed a new song today, actually, in my free time. It was sort of accidental. I was playing a bit on the piano at my mother's house. I had dropped by to say hey, and I was just playing a very simple melody, but it was nice. It was childlike. It sort of reminded me a bit of like Bela Bartok and his music for children, or Arvo Part and his music for children. It had that simplicity to it that I really liked, and I sort of built off from it. I called the song Childhood, and I'll try to post it later on today, or upload the song later on today onto YouTube. Don't know when it'll be up, but I'll try. What's cool about the song, one of the few things I like about it, is that it focuses on this melody but changes key signature halfway through, maybe to a minor key, to sort of show that childhood sort of fades away eventually, and this sort of dark, you know, nostalgia creeps in, and so on. I like the song to some degree, but I don't like the song to some degree. I mean, I listened to it a couple times after I composed it, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't know if it's just me being so critical about myself. Like, for example, I mentioned previously how I can't stand listening to my own voice. Um, but yeah, I don't know if it's just me being overly critical. It's definitely different from the past songs that I've been composing. The past songs I've been composing have been like sort of almost cyberpunkish, a lot of electronics involved, very surrealist slash minimalistic. This song, while it's simplistic, isn't quite minimalistic in a way. It almost reminds me of like early Mozart songs, you know, very basic chord progression, very basic, sort of melody line. It's catchy. It does its purpose in a way. That's what I feel like when I listen to this piece. It's a very traditional, almost classical era piece. It's not maybe romantic era sounding kind of, but it sounds very much either classical-ish, romantic-ish. Parts of it later on, though, once it moves on, it's built into 3 parts: major part, minor part, a sort of slow major minor part at the end. Both the major and minor part, while major part's very classical sounding, similar to Mozart in his era. The minor part is very like almost Russian polka, which makes it almost romantic era, like Rachmaninoff or Tchaikovsky. And then the third part is almost modern and minimalistic. I used a lot more modern techniques with that. So I played around with it. It's about like 4 minutes long, I think. And I like it. I like the melody a bit. It does its job. Maybe I don't like it because it's not as dark or sad as my usual pieces that I do. But yeah. If I upload it later on tonight, check it out, Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this mic too. Do you think the sound quality is too loud, too quiet? Like I said, I only messed with the volume a bit before recording, so I'm not quite sure if the volume's too quiet, too loud. Not quite sure how to set it up. They gave me a manual. I mean, it's obviously working, but they gave me a manual to set it up, but doesn't really tell me, like, doesn't seem to have a program by any sort of thing. Is there an app I need to download or something? Who knows? But yeah. Hopefully it does its job well. It's interesting how ideally, idealistic the railroad is, in the sense that they're metaphysical idealists. I think, you know, I think to some degree they assume AI, artificial intelligence, that is consciousness, which is, you know, as I think I mentioned in some
Nice.
earlier videos, that I was working on a paper on robot ethics, and that's a big thing in robot ethics is, you know, if we're gonna put a morality system in artificial intelligence, you know, there almost has to be like, are they conscious agents and so on.
Got it.
So for me, I think the railroad believe that AIs can be conscious agents. Now it is interesting later on, it's not Desmond. Who was, oh no, I forget his name. Let's see. Deacon. So Deacon tells you how some of the members of the railroad will not, you know, kill Gen 1 Sense or whatever, because they think that Gen 1 Sense, even though they're simplistic AI systems or whatever, they still think they can be conscious, that they're conscious agents. While some members of the railroad don't believe Gen 1 Sense are conscious agents, which is a really cool, interesting philosophical dilemma which, you know, the railroad is going through. It's kind of like a self-checkout, you know, computer. While there's an AI in there, some people might not argue that it has the potentiality of being a conscious agent, but maybe a supercomputer has the potentiality of being a conscious agent. And it's this philosophical discussion which is constantly talked about within robot ethics. And that's one thing that's interesting about the railroad. And I think that's the primary key ingredient that makes them almost Kantian to some degree. There's this moral agency quality about them. And it's really interesting. I think the railroad and the Institute, ethically and metaphysically speaking, are the most interesting of the sort of you know, groups you can join, factions, as it were. You know, the Institute being very metaphysically materialistic, or some people call them physicalism. You know, the belief that everything is just physical or material. And they're also quite utilitarian. You know, it's not about the means, it's about the end results of the scientific experiment. Is the end result of the scientific experiment good or bad? That's what matters to the Institute. And so this really drives their character, their agenda, their goals. This is why they can break some ethical creeds here and there if the end result is fine. And it's really interesting. We see this all the time play out in real life too. Especially, for example, with oh man, there's so many like unethical experiments you could list off. There's some with you know, uranium, where scientists had injected, you know, nuclear material into, you know, babies and pregnant mothers to see what it would do to them. There's the syphilis experiments, and oh man, I can't remember. Tuskegee experiments? Tuskegee. I believe it's Tuskegee. The Tuskegee experiments in Tuskegee, Mississippi. Oh man. Where's Google when you need it? But yeah, that was the experiment where they were testing untreated syphilis patients to come out with a cure. And essentially, once they had created the cure for syphilis, they didn't treat any of those patients. And it was really awful what they did. Not only because it was poor African American people who they were testing, but it goes to show too, also, they weren't going to test, you know, rich, wealthy kids or adults or parents or whatever, you know. And it was a really big, I think, ethical disaster. I mean, a real crime against humanity. You don't usually use that word realistically, but that would be, you know, I think, a real crime against humanity. And to some degree, the Institute, they have that sort of ethical perspective, is that they can make these sort of huge crimes against humanity as long as the end result plays in their favor. That's really what it comes down to. And man, this loading screen is taking forever. Oh my gosh. Didn't mean to talk this long, but I honestly don't know why it's taking this long. Oh, that's weird. It's making some noise. This is very strange. Either way, I think because this loading screen is taking forever, I'm going to end the video relatively here. I just want to say thanks for watching. Please leave a like. Oh my gosh, I'm alive. No. But I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all for watching. I know I'm not consistent with my videos. I wish I had more free time to make these videos, to talk about philosophy, to talk about music, to talk about video games in general. But I don't, unfortunately. But please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.